Good morning children. Coming to the third video of force and friction. In this video we are going to study about the measurement of force. Now what is force? Force is a physical quantity. Okay, it can be measured and the SI unit of force is Newton, denoted by capital N. Okay, Newton is named after the English scientists Sir Isaac Newton. He is one of the most influential scientists of all time, and he determined the three laws of motion for the universe, and he defined the universal law of gravity. Okay, the commonly used device to measure force is what? The spring balance. We use spring balance to measure weight also, if you remember. Okay, force is also measured in kgf, that is kilogram force. Now what is kilogram force? 1 kgf or the kilogram force is defined as the force with which the earth attracts a body of mass 1 kg towards its center. Okay, 1 kgf is defined as the force with which the earth attracts a body of mass 1 kg mass. The earth attracts this 1 kg mass towards its center. The force that is applied by the earth to attract this 1 kg mass is 1 kg force. Okay, then 1 kgf is equal to what? It is equal to 9.8 Newton. That is, we take 10 Newton approximately for making our calculations easy. 1 kilogram force is equal to 9.18. This is the relationship between kgf and Newton. What is the relationship between kgf and Newton? 1 kgf equal to, you can write 9.8 Newton or 10 Newton approximately. Clear? Then coming to the frictional force or friction. We studied what frictional force is, isn't it? Now, this friction or the frictional force between two surfaces, it depends upon the nature of the surface and the weight of the object. Okay, the weight of the moving object. Clear? We know that frictional force is applicable when the two bodies are in contact. Okay, there is no surface which is perfectly smooth. Okay, each and every surface has irregularities in the form of grooves and ridges. These irregularities, when one object attempts to slide over the another object, then the irregularities, what do? They offer friction between the two bodies. They cause friction between the two bodies, and this friction, it slows down the motion of the moving body. Okay, different types of bodies, they exhibit different types of friction. Rough surfaces, they offer a greater degree of friction compared to smooth surfaces. Okay, we will talk about the nature of the surface over here. Rough surfaces, they offer a greater degree of friction compared to the smooth surfaces. That means more the roughness of the surface, more will be the friction it offers. Okay, and smooth surfaces like glass and all, they offer less friction. That means the force of friction is very large when both the surfaces are rough. The friction is less when one surface is rough and the other surface is smooth. And the friction is the least when both the surfaces are smooth. Okay, then no surface is perfectly smooth. So before only I told you that no surface is perfectly smooth. So all the surfaces, they offer friction to objects trying to move over them. The friction, the force of friction can vary depending upon the nature of the object, but then it is not possible that there will be zero friction. Okay, because each and every surface, they offer some friction on the object that is moving on them, because none of the surface is perfectly smooth. If you use a magnifying glass to see the surface of the table, of a wooden table, you will see that the surface of the table has ridges and grooves on it. Okay, these ridges and groove, they cause, they, when one object is tried to move upon this table, when we try to move an object on this table, then what happens, that these grooves and ridges, they get caught with one another and they cause friction. Okay, so friction is more when the roughness of the surface is more. Friction is less when one is smooth and the other is a rough surface, and friction is the least when both the surfaces are smooth. Friction depends upon the weight of a moving object. More the weight of the object, the greater will be the friction. When weight remains unchanged, then the friction is independent of the area of contact. Let us understand this with the help of an example. The first one, more the weight of the object, greater will be the friction. You take a heavy box and you take a light box. Okay, you have a box filled with things and another box is empty. You will need more force to push the box, isn't it? You will need more force to push the heavy box than to push the lighter one. Okay, so when the weight is more, then the friction is also more, because it is the force of friction that is acting in the direction opposite to the force of motion, and that is why we are not being able to move the object. The more the weight of the object, the greater will be the friction. Clear? Then when weight remains unchanged, the friction is independent of the area of the surface in contact. Let us take two boxes of the same weight. Okay, one is placed like this and the other one is standing. Okay, we have taken two boxes of the same weight and they are placed on the ground such that one is half as long and twice as high as the other. Okay, this is half as long and twice the height of the other. Okay, see, this is, suppose this is 2x length and this is x, and suppose this is x, this is 2x. Okay, so this object is half the length of the other and double the height. Okay, but then the force of friction that will act on them will still remain the same. So we can say that friction is independent of the area of contact. No matter if the weight of the boxes are same, if the weight of the object is same, then the force of friction applied is also same. It is independent of the area of the surface in contact. When weight remains the same, then friction is independent of the area in contact. Okay, this is applicable when weight remains the same. Okay, so what are the two factors that influence the magnitude of friction? The roughness of the surface in contact and the weight of the moving object. Okay, the weight of the moving object and the surface of the the roughness of the surface of contact.